It is the largest and longest study ever of high-chair-related injuries in the U.S. Between 2003 and 2010, researchers charted more than 75,000 cases and found that among children 3 years of age and younger, injuries increased more than 22%.
What we found was remarkable. We have more than 9,400 injuries a year. That's a child every hour in this country that's injured associated with a high chair.
Dr. Gary Smith of Nationwide Children's Hospital led the study. He says part of the problem is that nearly 3.5 million faulty high chairs and booster seats have been recalled in the last 5 years alone. But even when built properly, some parents don't use them properly. And the biggest problem often involves not using the chair's restraints.
The important thing is the crotch strap. You want to make sure that this strap is here because it helps keep the child in the chair so they don't slide out from underneath.
The study found that closed head injuries, including concussions, were the most common types of injuries, and 90% of the children were hurt by falling from the high chair. Signs that most of those children were not secured properly.
2/3 of those children were either climbing or standing in the chair, which tells us that one of the things that parents need to remember is those children need to be strapped in using the restraining systems in those chairs to prevent those kinds of injuries.
You should also check for safety certification stickers. Place your chair away from tables and countertops and supervise your child carefully. A fall from the chair happens in an instant, but a child's injuries could be lasting. At Nationwide Children's Hospital, this is Clark Powell reporting.